Kabo and welcome to OGIR, we can come to you every Saturday from the Salon Broadcasting Corporation Television. We will the program to you today, Mena Awana to Bangura. Inside today's program, we can talk about the engagement where OGI begets with the mudslide survivors then and the flood victim there, now on school and Juba camp then, now Freetown. And also the Open Government Initiative and Steering Committee self don't talk about waiting and alpha salon day by the Open Government Partnership where it be say now the presidents now America, Obama will be there now in be called the initiative day for salon. If you what are the voice parentia and other things that we will talk about the Open Government Initiative and Open Government Partnership, just send a comments to 076 470 400 076 470 400. Well, it's been at the studio for Cancer Podentia and other things the way OGI they do. We get the communications officer where you come from OGI and OGP. We na Alpha Jalo, tell the what you do.
Fambol, good evening.
And Aminata Sise, we na communication assistant. Instead of you at the studio.
Fambol, good evening.
So if you are at the voice, waiting with the talk, just send a comment to 076 470 400 076 470 400. Now at the beginning with you, Mr. Jalo. We're gonna get engagement with the people the way the disaster be affect. So like waiting and waiting, we're gonna tell them so.
Thank you very much, Madam Moderator. The OGI, as you rightly say, na a platform wherein the people them they give them your own input. And since where this disaster happened, OGI be the first institution where they call on. And soon we get that information they will pass on to the Office of the National Security that disaster don't happen. So for OGI go to the disaster areas that is we visit outside the camp there right now with our old school. We go Juba or we go Colbert. Then 3 areas that day we go. Now we go left with suggestion boxes so that people then go able to talk, write, give them your suggestions and give them your comments, and if there are queries, they can also get them out. So far, the people then receive we well, and they're really happy because now they can't hear so they say for one for C. Then we tell them, say this OGI get a presidential mandate. That is for we take government to the people and will bring government closer and the people closer to government. If that not anything to go by, that's make OGI presence been did. And when we go, we inform them, see them for do their own honest opinion, because this one is very, very important. What they can give them, and if they feel see there is a need for make them do any improvement, all that make the suggestion boxes indeed. And some of the complaints that will be received on that particular day will be meet up. We comrade one of the comrades say. Then they ask the Office of National Security for ensure say make the picking them wouldn't reach WASC wouldn't one seat TTD then did it, and there are no provision for them. So this was a clarion call, and we informed them say well yes we don't hear it then part I will ensure say we'll pass on that information to the appropriate authority.
So like apart from that, the waiting again in affairs.
Yeah, well then tell me again say for now Kaningo, one of the areas them, they see they no able get space for come na Juba. You see, so then self been the cry say, you know, they are left out. I'll say, well, these are problems we don't envisage. So we'll go ask the appropriate authorities then, make them ensure see they investigate what is going on there. Perhaps then get a genuine concern. But since this is not the first time we will just go there, we'll not do it for investigate, but rather for pass on the information we don't get from them to the appropriate authority, so that at least they will able to investigate what they go on at that particular site.
Okay, make account to Aminata now. You self may be part of that team day. So like, waiting at your observation,
well, the observations are plenty. People let me they meet we, they tell we, then constrain them when they get at the different camps. Some man go come, he tell you say, you know, they get enough supply. Some man they tell you say the one they wait for benefits, but this thing here, not to them the benefit at all. All them problems and then they get them. So they say, do you have any beg for the Papa government, look to the aid and sorry for them, or let them go able for amend the problems. So man they even tell me one man who go to Juba, he tell we say government we don't promise say. If we don't promise say, then they put them picking the ass on a school. So when school open, they say then get examination set speaking them with the seats NPSC, Becker and WAS. Now up to now school don't open them picking and no start for go school yet. All that one they are their own major concerns and we then get.
Okay, so like what the OGI gets for channel there, then to their issue also to the different ministry. How na they for carry on the activities, or na they for come to the aid for really waiting the ones they get them.
Well, yeah. That's make we set up there with suggestion boxes there so. OGI come inside for low get their suggestions, people and give their own views, then concerns them, all waiting the morning them, but let them put on the suggestion boxes them. So that's when now we go reach the different MDAs then.
Okay. Now I don't get any suggestion from the people then, but the box they all know I don't go and put on the different location there. Mr. Javi.
Yeah, for sure. We don't get a lot of messages then where they come, where then they talk about, you know, on their suggestion boxes, and they prior to that, the Office of the National Security don't put some certain pillars in place. That is, they don't put they get the legion, then they get the communication pillar. So what we do with the liaise with the communication pillar of the ONS. Understand? So now they go put their suggestion box in there. So the people like place like a culvert. The problem we investigate there are two things there. One, the people enforce will not be victims and we government be don't relocate them na mile 6. This time round again, then same people also say then self become affected. This recent flood again will happen.
How come?
Well, that is what we are asking. That the people them, the ONS need for investigate that. You know, because how they may not relocate them and will all be understand say government may not give them money for make them go na mile 6. Then the same people them back don't come back who say government they don't talk say make them not do. You understand? So what we be they say the appropriate authority like EPA need for go there, sensitize the people them well. Say, you know what? There are areas there, so now areas that we government we don't see people enough for there. Because then they talk from an expert point of view. All what we are doing here, now for Ghana, the information, what he then say, relay that information there to the appropriate authority then for ensure yes indeed then take then they address the situation as soon as possible.
Okay. Now possibly they watch you go ask say waiting and waiting I don't get so it's not the suggestion the way people don't come up with now the different side also I put on a suggestion box there.
Interestingly, when we go now, I think it's called that. They say then one thing waiting and they suggest let the government pull the slum from the people and not the people from the slum.
Now the slogan.
You know, that's the slogan. I think I say, you know what? I say I really don't understand what's in this mean. You know, so meaning one basic thing, information is paramount. That is, either the people that lack the requisite information, what they're supposed to get, we will able enable them to understand. Say yes, when they talk about disaster management, A, B, C, and D must be adhered to. Okay? So now that's make what they ask the authorities concerned do, make them go the back and sensitize the people then. Ensure, say this time round, when government don't take action, you understand, make them enforce them to the letter. Okay. Because it is good of normal set of
okay. Now, this morning we be there like na Motome, beside the people and the one that we get the problem, and also na Kamayama. Kamayama, yeah. So like what the concern where some people let me is like now like the one the way be in a hospital because you know some people let me admit like one day the one in your case like it be admit if you see in body the kind stitches the way them game it be wound that thing it lost in picking all of this disaster but it not be registered. Then be going to the hospital and go register them but it not be registered, still register right and it not they get no benefit but the other benefits or the other one that they get. And also the other concern again way common now like say beaucoup of the one they waiting at the camp they not to them for day the one they wait not for day now they don't the one they wait for day and then don't left out. So like as the body we're responsible for say really the people and voice them be add which one are they do towards that?
Yeah, that's a very important thing because we have sensed that then the talk see, you know, we the time when they pass on the information to the most like victims, I tell them say one thing is them for understand see this thing not for can get benefit. Now disaster don't happen in the country and you know see you not affected, there's no reason for make you go another place there and talk say you are part and parcel of that the survivors there. You understand? Because this again they give a hell of problem to the people who they do the registration. You understand? Because when you ask them, they will tell you say, well, even they don't I think na that place we go where they talk say they even don't catch 2 or 3 people.
Culvert.
Yes, culvert. Where they talk say them people and they lie they lie.
Yes. Come on, 6 miles.
They come out different side. They say they're not part and parcel. You see? And also again then get some certain authorities there where they support them, which is not good. So in that process there, you understand, it get for take them some time for screening them people and they for know who that be affected, who that not be affected.
So which one are the loose contribution again for it towards that?
Well, that is why would they call the Office of the National Security, ONS, for do more. You understand? Even though they don't try for put the pillars in place, but let them do more. You see? So now their own responsibility for do more. So they call on the Office of the National Security for take them concern here so very serious and see how best they will address them.
Because I remember the last time when I came go the other suggestion box, the problem when they raise now the communication pillar, they say sometimes the chief themselves get problem. That they can come then recommend people say this person, Naya family they all affected, which of course not to so it be. So they still and they getting problems and they the different camps same. You know.
Post again will ask say OGIS when I don't do well because I can suggestion box there and the different side there. Apart from the suggestion box there, what OGI don't do towards this problem with being a salary?
You see, would they do a lot? Would they do monitoring? Yeah, because one thing is would they ask if indeed the intervention where government don't do, you know, if that thing they don't reach them. Yes. You won't get feedback from them. Because this is very important. You know, monitoring is na key for make them understand yes indeed government don't do ABC and D. The first thing what we do first, we call on government for fair place for them. Today, we all don't see they don't relocate them, they don't get south side and day. That is a temporary site. You see, until government put modalities them, whose side they get for go them for relocate them. But for now, at least then get side outside and day una school and Juba.
Okay, well, if you just join me in the program, just send your text message to 076 470 400 076 470 400. The program na UJI and we talk about waiting UJI they do towards the people that will be affected by the disaster will be in Motome, Pentagon, Kamayama and other side na the country. So if you want add the voice, just send a comment to 076 470 400. The program they continue. Now we go to another issue inside the Open Government Initiative. Open Government Partnership don't meet with a committee member them for talk about the National Action Plan, how it don't go, usa ide, for because it don't begin from June 2016 to July this year. So like that meeting day, how will be Talek?
Yeah, the meeting is very, very interesting. First and foremost, the OGP we need for give we midterm self-assessment reports na the Secretariat na United States of America. So because of that, although for now we are challenged with finances, you know, we get really problems where we're not able to get money, we're able to make, we able to go all over, you know, we really get problems that with financing. But the OGP Secretariat, in their own little way, what they do, we go on for monitor the ministries, departments, and agencies. We get the own commitment to them. What we expect, say, they're supposed for them able to achieve their commitment to them. You know, on the OGP side, we get 10 commitments. We will be expect like gender. The first commitment on the OGP na gender, sexual violence against women and children. Then the second one na foreign aid transparency. Then the third one now on waste management. The fourth one now on the fiscal transparency and open budget. Then we get the fifth one at the Auditor General's report. The sixth one now on climate change. The seventh one now on elections. The eighth now records and archives management. 9 access to justice. 10 now opening public procurement contracting. Now then 10 commitments there so. So what we do? We train with civil society, men them and the media, then go to the various ministries, departments and agencies for monitor. That is for look at waiting them people have to achieve. If at least the commitment they will do, I just don't read out, if they don't able to achieve them or not. Some, when they go, they tell you say they don't reach halfway. Some not even start. You understand? So the first meeting which we do, we send a draft of the particular report we will receive. So we send it to all the OGP, all the MDAs then, were responsible for ensuring the commitment here so are adhered to. Okay? So on this last Friday, I didn't see we called the meeting on Tuesday. We get the first meeting day. We'll look at them. Then they say, well, now let we give them chance, make them go, then see if they get any queries or then get any suggestions, then we'll get back to we. So what we do, we'll give them that opportunity. Now they we call on them on a meeting on Friday for do what you would refer to as the validation of we own report, we draft report. Because you know when you go do monitoring, you get for come back, we now validate them for ensure say yes indeed waiting with them when they talk, now the true one that day. So we just don't conclude that meeting day on Friday. We are in some certain MDAs them fall below standard. Some they say well now because of social thing them so we will categorize them. Do either one are limited, when they will be foresee not started, when they will be foresee and get just halfway, you know, we categorize them. And they all same, it was transparent. Because we not get much time again. From now on, we will try for write the report and submit them the 30th of September, the Owners Day on way, on the OGP, Open Government Partnership, for submit this report na the OGP Secretariat na the United States of America.
Now, posting was really what you will ask, say, the 30th of September. You know, if you say it's too short, it don't be the 23.
Yeah, for sure, in a very short one. And women, they belong in the field, they belong in Ghana this information. And on Friday, now we do the validation. Some certain MDs then they yes, they don't complete some, you understand? While others, they still get problem, they get funding problems, you know. And some them don't try halfway, then they raise some certain concerns, they will look at them. Now say, well, if the able will send that particular report today to the Auditor General, you understand, and in subscribes, yes indeed, within the right, not true, then we will be able to include them. You see, or else, no way, how they report today, that's what we get for Senate. You see.
Now, I'm not to make a country. Possibly the ones you be again, we will ask, say, who's one of them MDR, we fall short, the one that we say don't begin, and the one that we don't do.
Well, I don't think, say, for waiting purpose, we're not going to be able to disclose them now, so. I mean, but we don't categorize them, we know them. So even promise say this coming week, then go try for let them go fulfill before the 30th of this month or so.
So like how much MDs they will talk about?
Well, we get some actually who categorize not started. We get some way then don't complete, some they not limited. Like the not started, I think we get about 3. The limited now like a 2 we get. Yes. But then promise say some of them don't do them, now submit, they don't even submit until we wait.
So like putting a Salonian position now in this open government partnership.
Yeah, you know, Sierra Leone, first and foremost, will join the civilized nations. Okay? You know, 2013, the Sierra Leone enter into the open government partnership because of the tremendous efforts made by this government, that is President Koroma. Okay? Now, because of the good governance program, the fiscal management policies that we will get, now all them things that they've been looked would incorporate with. And therefore, because of them benchmarks in the way Sierra Leone don't do, now that's make we already the OGP. And then we come again, even when we don't send we report, then get what they refer to as an independent report mechanism. Where then people in they will come again for can assess, for verify. Say yes indeed, what we do is correct or incorrect. You understand? But all this they just tell me how transparent we are, you know, how accountable we are in the dispensation of our own duties.
Okay. Now again, person will say Salon don't they the open government partnership for 4 years now. I don't benefit anything from the partnership?
Yes, partnership in terms of training. We don't go some certain seminars then, you understand? All that for just ensure sayers we build on, you know, skills training, you know, so on and so forth. And we now something we very, very important.
Okay, yes, Aminata, get anything for art? Or waiting Mr. Jalo don't stay?
Well, we just continue for tell the different MDs they will not complete the unit. My this week, next week, try for do at least Lord we able for meet up with deadline.
Okay. Now post again go ask say if you no meet up the not gonna meet up the deadline at the 30th of this month, what you gonna get from to the MD there so?
You see, one thing is they all understand see we get a core responsibility. you know, each MDA will see this a time bound. And when would they do the monitoring, we'll tell them that you get a time where this project starts, then you get a time where the project they end. So they're all aware of that. Now make waiting we they do now something we transparent, that's something we open, so that you know go talk see and not be no. Because from day one, what they call on the MDAs them, if you get challenges, then no problem. Indeed, we know yes, you get challenges them. You see. But some, like within I'm not they say, now just small thing them what they not able to do. Some just need like for publish some certain thing that their own website, you know, so that at least when people then come, you know, we talk see, you know, publish them. You know, now them kind of funny thing then they. While others then now we not able to start at all, would encourage them, say, you know what, you have to do more. You see, but this all go just wait Sierra Leone, who say we did, na the international world.
So like, who say we did, if you read Salon?
Well, at least for now, from all the draft report, from the draft we don't see, you know, would they make gains, you know, so far. Though we have some certain challenges, but the gains supersede, you know, with challenges.
Yeah, post again go ask say, what's another challenge there so we must get?
Well, most of the MDAs they talk about funding. You know, some certain things then the way they are underfunded. You know, so then problems and they you see.
So like what's on our government for really address the funding issue?
Yeah,
what they complain.
Would they call on the respective ministries, departments and agencies, those who are responsible, you understand, make them ensure, see, this one would they do so, now for sell Sierra Leone, now for make Sierra Leone day among civilized nations, just like how we've been on the day from 2013, because of the progress we've been on the doing. So they ask again, the same authorities them, for make they help them ministries and they, you know, make them some certain thing that they like for table the records and archives management, you know, that's one is very simple and straightforward. You know, would they ask the authorities that were concerned, do you know say yes indeed that particular bill they deal with RAM or that draft they deal with RAM, make it ensure see a fast tracker. Because at the tail end, na Sierra Leone with the send na the international world. You understand? So now that's make with the appeal solemnly to then ministries and then department and for make them do more, make them able to put Sierra Leone that they map once more again.
Okay. Now post again they want you to ask say this August 14 disaster we happen in the country, you know, affect the work of the Open Government Partnership?
Well, not directly. Yeah, not directly, because like them commitment they also where the Open Government Partnership gets with the ministries and departments and agencies, nor the more slight nor affects them, you know, because like this, when we look at it as a process, you know, you must start from somewhere, you know, some you go halfway, you get problems, but some not even start nothing. Why they not start? The need for right way until we say now because of A, B, C, and D, now you make no able start. You see. But to be honest, you know, the more slide not get nothing for doing with commitment then where the OGP supposed to do.
Okay. This scorecard we really talk about, what do you mean?
Well, this scorecard, it means a lot. It puts Sierra Leone one among the civilized nations in the world. Two, it go put Sierra Leone say yes indeed, whatever we do, we are accountable. Whatever we do is transparent. And then thing yes will have something very, very important for any country we deserve himself. So now based on that, this one is very much important And that make even at the meeting, the chairman be hammered at, or tell them, say, you know what, then get for go the extra mile, for do more, you know, so that at least we will rate we will all go like.
Okay, well, the program na OGIR, where they come to you live from the Salone Broadcasting Corporation television. If you are at the Voice Paritu They Talk, where it be saying the National Action Plan for the Open Government Partnership, that partnership day, now because the president will be there before this new wire so come. CC Salon they do guiding them inside transparency, accountability, and then demand fit say yes, then part for be instead for be part at the Open Government Partnership. So Salon be one by the country there will join the OGP, and also we talk about the support where the Open Government Initiative don't give to the people that will be affected now the disaster will be August 14 this year. Now make we come again to this disaster business. We don't see the problem them where people in the face and all that thing them. So like how do you feel so far address them problem here? So apart from because like at we listen now this now collective responsibility into one person in your business.
I like that particular word we use, collective responsibility. Now we all business. This not to government alone. Now we own responsibility as a country for ensure yes, indeed we do the right thing.
And we'll be honest to ourselves.
And we'll be very, very honest to ourselves. You see, one thing is the government will do in your own part, but it left to we again for make we take the onus for say, you know what, whatever we will do, you know, we'll get for be honest. Mark you. Some of them things so way don't happen, this disaster. Not to we will make it. Okay? And to be honest, when you look some certain reports, you don't see within the Environmental Protection Agency, they said we don't they pull out some certain press release them. You know, for sure see some certain areas and these are disaster prone areas. For good, we suppose for adhere to some of the reports there. But when such disaster don't happen, you know, like what President Nkrumah just don't say, he say we go bury we loved ones them, you know, but we know they bury we own hopes. Meaning we all as a country, you know, we get that responsibility. For ensure yes indeed will do the right things. The people that wouldn't do the registration. Therefore, ensure say yes, the one that we they can we are genuine people them. And una who did it as part achieves them. You know, una they represent una young people them. Una not turn again for lie to the people that would register say, oh this even though you know say this person not to the day, you understand it, you the lie say yes indeed na the day. You know, one this all the shows yes, we know to people them who are responsible. You know. And self-respect is paramount. Now that me would call all, regardless who say you did. This not about say not just a particular faction. This not for the entire country, because we all become affected one way or the other. Now that make for all for be sincere. You know, whenever we do the thing and so.
Okay. Now, Mr. Jallo, they talk about say government, not to win at the people and at the government.
Well, that's it. The government getting your own role where they play, you know, for create like what you don't do, create an enabling environment, okay, where the ONS don't put structures in place. There is registration going on there. But mark you either go there, they send you up for go register. You don't know them people in there. Yeah? Then you get for liaise with the chiefs that wouldn't did it. But if the chiefs them and other authorities that wouldn't did it, not give correct information, meaning you they make the problems become very, very thorny. You see? And that's make what they ask all man, we did it. You understand? Make them be honest. And the one day back with them did the registration for ensure. See, if they get a genuine concern, make them register the people. Because that's now the client call that, and that the government want for see.
Okay. Now, of course, they watch me will say now because the people in Pone, I make them they go differently and disaster prone area. If you say that's an excuse.
To be honest, then areas then they not to only is
Woman.
not to only poor people, you know, you they see middle class people then they did, you know, you they see different but the one them we did at the place they right now, of course these are people the way you go feel see they not get way how forget other means, you know. So now based on that they did at the company, you see. But what we they look at now the one the way really this way we know see then are the victims them now they supposed for they. If you not a victim, well you they go lie say yes indeed me a victims well you not a part all that thing they notify now that make you derail the process. You did give the one the way they work there, they give them more problems then una self they create problem again for una self. Because at least the time bound we not supposed to don't get, we government for don't do all that thing A, B, C, and D. You understand? You go there back for the can't begin the for the verify. And that get for take some time. So now that's make what they ask the victims them and the people who did the way they work, you understand? Make them do things the way right.
Yeah, I mean that's as self with the make
And
talk.
like how we can talk no more, government they try. But we self the people who get the problem. Because me I don't really want the way I go left something now. Old school day where they don't make their food. You know that food they be very nice now real home food. But you get some man we go say, oh, they know they cook for them fine, they know they make so tell the other woman at the communication say, oh GIS now na the camp, when I can't find out from nowhere that this still waiting it good or not, when I can't see the law all it. But the kind send their woman will be they get set from there and no say this food and real home food then they make for the people them. But the people they ask for please. You know, then they beg the one they were not supposed for benefit, make them give them competent chance, make them enjoy the facility, with them for enjoy the one they were not the victims.
You know, feel say now because some people go they say, like for example, you don't live your life, you get your own way you control, you get people the way they under you, though you go there under person, that's all my day. You know, feel say now that's a contribution for making people they not they satisfied with the food way they get.
Well, maybe that self will be a contributing factor anyway.
Okay, now possibly go to watch we go say well like the people also because government and in partner them, especially other agency there, including NACSA, where they partner with because then they did by the shelter pillar for the people also when they be affected. Then for beginning pay them people also for let them go find place. For common and different side outside the day. And also if you know the go for different place you want common and for take care. I think they do about like 40 to November for letting people also go able for live a life of for restore the dignity back for let them go for do small things and go back to normal life. If you say that a good move by the government?
Of course that's a very good intervention that. You know, one for tell them partners and they say indeed a right step in the right direction. Make them continue with that and make them able explain to the people them clearly because sometimes misinformation, you know, is danger, very dangerous. If na 3 million leons they don't put, make them ensure CS then tell everybody say na 3 million leons. Now 4 million leons, make them sure CS then tell, you know, let them pass on the information clear so that let the people understand rather than make them will get a misleading information.
Well, you don't tell them say then each person forget like 2.175 that are 2,175,000 and the process for begin this coming Monday.
So in that case now by household they do have
by household because like they already don't give like 870,000 then give them phone one Airtel for way
Yeah,
the transaction at go Airtel money and give them SIM card and then give them ID card where they show say yes you have it. But like the other problem like where we discuss now where it come up now like say the one ordinary come to them for the day and next I don't get strong one is say anybody will then catch the law will take in calls. If you say that's safe in a good stand by government.
Of course, a very good intervention. You know, whatever little, you know, they able to do, you can always ask for more. You understand? But the mere fact the government takes such a lead, to we is a welcoming news. Though we they hear it from some certain quarters, where people then they say the money small, thinking of why they go rent this, that, all the other sort of things. But like we see, the intervention at the right step at the right place, and we hope say then go able to sit down back and think, see how best they go able to get money. We go able to make that at least they able get a place where they go able to rent.
Okay, again, person will say if you don't feel say like this money when they give them, that's gonna make some people let's say go sit down and say outside they no for sit down.
Well, this is not an excuse. I can always tell them. Now this, when we go on the sensitization, I just will tell them, say, one thing is, property, you can replace them. But believe me, where life don't go, you need to replace them. So let that not be an excuse for make you go back. Who say government say let you go? Because the good thing is, now for you, your own safety. And it can paramount. Why the government don't see no good that particular side, you the persist, you the good. And the government then gets your responsibility for ensure see they protect the lives and properties of all citizens. So, and with that, then get institutions that will get the expertise, like EPA. We're able to demarcate on certain areas and tell them, say, you know what, these are disaster-prone areas. Una no go them places, so not to place this one and need for settle. If not settle there, na so calamity will befall on una. And I think, from the report we be done they see, I think see, then don't do justice. You see, so now that make they ask the people them again, say, you know what, this time round make them respect their institutions and they, because now the expert views and then they relay on. It's high time law will respect people and with their expertise. But if we not do that, they will continue for they get some problems then.
Okay, post again will say before now we don't get sensitization, different things. This thing don't they from like over 4-5 years back. Where we say the Ministry of Land they take drastic action and we even put green belt so that we say like no go area, but yet still the people then go there. What if you say government for do really? Because one they for the interface between the government and the people and the people and the government. So like what if you say really government for do for them one day we get scandalized because they're not scandalized for say where government say no go yonder, no go the but where the government say no go yonder, so man they go to the extent. In fact they go side below side they say make them no go.
Believe me, one key thing is the enforcement of the law.
Governments will take it.
Yes, enforcement of the law. The law is paramount. You not forget no sacred cows. As long as the law don't say A na A, if na B, let B. You see, and now based on that thing then day, now that's make and when that thing has will happen, we go to refer to our lessons learned. From all them problems as well don't they happen, it don't they show we say yes indeed. One thing we need to do, we need to enforce the law. So as a country, we need for do that. We need for see when we don't put law, Ministry of Lands on say, for billion that they said we need for adhere to that. Because now they be the master sabi people then. You see, even though we people then get right, forget to side, forget a shelter. But your right to get limitation. This must be made known to our own people. You see, now then kind of information they also need for pass on. You see, even una again the fourth estate, una get again the responsibility for ensure CSED, then pass on their information also to them people and they make them know say they own right to get limitation. Because the government, go one for see who say will get a staff will get another problem like this again. You see? So now that make would they watch government and ensure see we urge government for do more. Like how they try for do some certain intervention, would they urge government for do more and more and more.
Okay. Yes, I mean that's as he said we talk for this law enforcement. So like what if you say really government for do for enforce the law? Because people somebody where they watch will say like the law then they but they know they work.
As Mr. Jallo says, the government need for stand. because we the people them we get rangais. You go don't say no go and we told this will happen. So after almost months or year just now, we don't forget. So like government really get for TINAP for let it put things in place. Say yeah na no go area as you can say, you know, men not they left free no more to we self do things there for we self. Because when something happen, like what happen, so now the pressure all the governments get you know.
Okay. Now, Mr. Jalo, lessons learned. I'm not just the talk say we know the lessons learned we not can take and serious in this country. Something can happen. Now for that anyway happen, I man they saw it. As it don't pass so we don't forget because like there people are so be affected at that August 14 disaster day. Tomorrow they make them 40 days. After the 40 days, you feel say like they go for keep to waiting for land from the here because that side in the side where it be say then they stop there, not for go.
Indeed, we hope say this time will reflect. We hope say we will learn lesson well. We hope say this time round as citizens, you know, we will follow the law, enforcement of the law. Yes, government they need for do that because that's the primary responsibility of government. If me want go do some side where I know if I be that particular side, me on life they are danger, and the responsibility of government to say, you know what, you have to stop. We don't see examples. We don't see some certain ministries in there don't do some certain they act then we don't see that. So they continue to ask them, see, we say government don't see make them stop, make them not build, do make them not build it.
Okay.
Because that's not the good of for we all.
Okay. Now tell me the case you are I'm not which you left people can get you with the watch you before we go.
Well, we just want for the tell we call as them because this engagement we will do this week we pass so one of the different camps them you dey get some man we dey get pressure with the call center at the 12 free line we na the 644 line because we announce and to them even with WhatsApp number then again the website, you know, so like people in the call we dey get pressure the call center so much may they exercise patience government they can to the aid. May people and just be honest to themselves no more.
Okay, yes, Mr. General.
Yeah, we end this program for tell them say the government we have the part with the channel the information to the government and we hope the government will address them. We want to thank all the other agencies them who don't try them for complete. Then you own the OGP steering committee will be don't get on Friday and we urge others them. We've been promising them we able to send them your report before Monday. Do I make them do them as soon as possible.
So if you not get the report, you finally be Mr. Jalo for we not able to send this report the 30 as soon as the target.
Well, that is the stipulated time, and we follow, we do what we refer to as international best practices, and that will get for do. So if anyone like the one that we will be not talk to. You know, we are on for thank DACO, they do extremely well. Then complete, they don't do, we don't see DACO don't publish, you know, that the website where you go see all the donor funds and we meant for post Ebola recovery online, then do it. So we want to thank them very much for that and order, even the police, you know, they said they do extremely well. We want to thank them. The only user they know will get money now for set up the forensic lab. That is still a challenge for them. Would they ask for the hard organizations and government for intervene for help them on that?
Okay, well now with that appeal day by Mr. Jalo, the program will left you me now for tell me say if you know say you not be big part of that August 14 disaster, no go na the camp them for go inconvenience the one the way it be say and the right people away forget the benefits when they forget from the government. Let me change your attitude because positive attitude they make the country go be full. Negative attitude they bring we can be and a development that we want by the table where they go salon for them go be full. Make we change we attitude. Well now with that advice day the program will left you 40 days for sake of my guest there. Aminata Sise and Alpha Jalo we come on at the Open Government Initiative. When then at the communication people in that place there, me cameraman them and all the one that will make the program reach you. Me na I wanna to bango what they say tata so till we talk back.
Make sure say they understand themselves. OGI, that the one where they bring the government to the people.
Waiting the people they want and waiting they don't already get. We want really evaluate the service delivery, evaluate the agenda for change, and evaluate the OGI. We make within our so today, we make we bring chiefs in our so today.
They understand themselves. OGI, The Open Government Initiative, now a grassroots program where Papa President been start when he come. For make sure say the government and people, then they see na the same side. Make sure say the government and people, they understand themselves. We go push the collapse go before. Now alone. OGI they look stronger one. It's like all this in them where government they do. And make sure say the people then gladdy. Which waiting they be. Now Mama Salone na the first country. We begin for do them guys here. Now that's make Obama be called with president. For go explain to other country them how this they work. Now that's make them form the OGP. Open Government Partnership. OGI, now the one where they bring the government to the people. OGI, they take the people back to the government. OGI, now the bridge where the government and people then they meet. For make sure say they understand themselves. OGI, now the one where they bring the government to the people.
AfriCell introduces AfriCell Money for the first time in Sierra Leone for free.
Mama, you no need for worry.
Now you can transfer money with your AfriCell line anytime, anywhere in Sierra Leone free of charge. With the AfriCell Money service, you can buy mobile money and transfer it for free.
AfriCell has made sending and receiving money easier and affordable with your AfriCell line.
The AfriCell Money service enables you to have money accounts on your AfriCell line where you can deposit and